Euphoria. Damn, my afro's getting huge. Okay, it's about time to refresh the fro. But without further ado, let's get into today's message. So today we're going to be these windshield wipers are mad loud. So today we're going to be speaking about our typical series, day 230 today of Are You Truly Healing or Masking? And I want to say thank you everybody for coming in. Get me to I think we're almost at 900 subscribers, which means we're 100 away from 1,000, which was what the goal was before the end of summer. Because y'all, I need to be able to monetize the channel. I come here religiously and give y'all, you know, all the pieces of me. So all I want in return is a little bit of love so that when I come and share with y'all, I get compensated for my time. Just like anybody would love to get compensated for their time. So I appreciate everyone who has subscribed and made that possible. Y'all are dope. Y'all are great. Y'all are part of the family. So today we're going to be talking about, again, are you truly healing or masking? This is day 230 of evolving into a starseed. And what I came across, or yesterday's lesson, was this: the ability to see other people as self and not judge. What do I mean by that? Well, as y'all know, I've been living in my car since January. Now, there's two things to state about that would make this controversial, but also very impactful. One, I did it, because of a situation between me and my family. Two, it has helped me really find my individual personality. What's up, love? Three, being a part of this collective that really pours into self and being able to identify oneself without the, I guess, praise or notice of someone else was definitely a big upgrade in my consciousness. Because, like, I know who I am regardless of who's in the room. Even if I got to yell over them, or even sometimes it's not even about yelling over them. Sometimes it's more along the lines of, okay, are you done? Because I thought I was ready to say something. I thought, like, you let people just be loud and you say, okay, are you ready for me to speak now? Like, being alone in the car gets you to a point where you're finally able to be like, this might not even be worth my response. It might not even be worth my response. It might not even be worth it. And you learn to be okay with that, because today I have work and I feel indifferent about going because of what happened yesterday at work. Let me explain. So I know all the women in my job gossip like schoolgirls. So I knew when this was stated out loud in front of me on the floor that it was intentional. But my coworker, she mentions out loud, she says to her client, she says, yeah, homeless people are just so dirty. They're just dirty people. And everyone in my job, because I kind of vented out to them because they were like kind of putting this pressure on me. I'm like, y'all don't even realize, like, I live in my car. So, like, all this pressure y'all putting on me to be this, that, and the third. Y'all see I come in here smelling clean, looking good, skin glowing. I live in my car and have been living in my car since January. I'm actually here to get out of that hole and get back into doing what I'm doing. Quiet as kept. I got picked for the voucher program through the HOC, so I will have a home soon. Probably closer to September or Halloween time. Honestly speaking. Oh my God. Hold on. So, with that being said, it's this understanding in my space that, like, this woman is doing this on purpose to get underneath my skin. So instead of me just sitting on the by the wayside, because earlier that morning a guy came in and he was trying to be really funny. Like, first off, he came in, his name's Michael. He tried to come in off some like, why is she not servicing me right when I'm ready to be serviced? I'm like, you came in 15 minutes early and I was getting some out of my car, making sure my phone was charged. So if anything should happen to my son, he can call me. So I think I have, grace to go get a charger for my phone. So I go get the charger for my phone. I come back, I get his hair done. I start him way before 10 o'clock. And he starts to say stuff about, there's this girl that has something to say about the owners of Facebook. that doesn't realize the only reason she gets to be on Facebook, she's just complaining about the people. She says really mean, nasty things about them. And I had to cut his wisdom. I said, sir, I think you forget that one, the Constitution claims that we all, the people, have the freedom of speech. Two, if somebody is doing something that is in fact nasty or demoralizing, I think anybody should be able to speak on that, especially because we, the people, forget that the Jewish people that run this country behind the scenes, you know, he was Jewish and had a yarmulke on, heavy mind. So this was definitely hitting him deep. So we the people understand that you Jewish people who run the country from behind the scenes for the most part like to forget that the same way y'all made it through the Holocaust, the same way we feel about getting through slavery, right? See, with the Holocaust, at least y'all weren't forced to do crazy labor. I mean, y'all were forced to make soap and stuff like that too, but literally being beaten naked, getting your dicks cut off, and getting gagged and all kinds of crazy stuff, being mutilated in front of your children, sold to different people all over the world whenever the people just felt like it. Y'all didn't really have to experience that. So it's crazy to me because like y'all were able to rebuild y'all society, right? And y'all, were being genocidally murdered due to what was it, the Nazis coming over, Germans and all that, thinking that y'all weren't light skinned enough or whatever. Y'all didn't have blonde hair and blue eyes, so y'all weren't pure white. So y'all were being assassinated. So for y'all to come across the table now and see black people getting their lives together and burn down Tulsa, flood all of the daggone neighborhoods we built, turn them into the Yosemite Park and the daggone park up in New York, it seems to me like it's a problem that I'm not gonna say is racist, but it's like, what's the problem? Because it's like, I think y'all's ancestors would spit at y'all if they realized that y'all was doing the same thing that people did to them, that they had to fight through just to be able to get you to be even right here in this chair to talk to me. Cause see, the funny thing is, I asked him about his ancestors, and he told me all the things that they did. I'm like, that's funny you say all that because that sounds exactly like my story. And I kind of told him, a briefing of my story about my family and how they all came over here, and worked together, accumulated wealth, yada yada, bing bang blam boom. Told him all of that. So to me, it was just so funny, cause he was shut up at that point where I put all that on the table. I'm like, yeah, put a ribbon on. I'm about to act real brand new because why would you feel like you get the right to come in here and try to tell me like a woman? Because I think it's very much known that I'm that woman that speaks my mind, you know, throughout the shop, throughout the world, wherever people that meet me, I'm going to speak my mind. I'm not going to sit here and demoralize people just for clout. Well, aren't you talking about the Jewish people? No, I'm not demoralizing them. I'm stating a fact. A fact of the matter is, when we were building black wealth through history, time and time again, all of our shit got burned down. So for people who went through the same things as us, being put in concentration camps, being burnt up, put in gas chambers, all kinds of stuff like that, not for 400 years, but just for a few years, for them to come over here and now run the country the way that they do and not feel the need to kind of have some grace for the people that they want to talk shit about or use to work or benefit off of the backs of us, is like, did you forget that your ancestors was going through all of this too? Like, what do you think your nana would say about you treating black people like how you treat black people? If you had to face one of your dead nanas that made it through the Holocaust, how do you think she would feel about the way that you treat black people? And I brought that conversation to this man's front doorstep. I'm like, I'm about to just start asking y'all questions. Like, I'm not about to sit here and keep on holding back. Like, y'all gonna have me around all y'all, and y'all keep trying to talk to me crazy and get all these ideas from black people and black intellectual property and black brains and black thought patterns and be connected to people mentally and study them and watch them. But y'all forget that y'all had to make it through. Like, the fact that y'all now want to study us is probably because of the fact that we probably shouldn't even be able to make it out of the fact that y'all did half the shit that y'all did to us. But y'all don't understand why we're so resilient. So I'm just still in this space of, because I'm not angry, right? I'm passionate about it. It's a difference. A lot of people think, oh, black people are angry. No, we're passionate about getting equality, getting our rights met, getting equal pay, getting equal benefits, being able to run the city behind the scenes. Because, I mean, if you can do it after, I even asked, I said, what do you exactly think that Jewish people did in order to get to the position that they're in today that black people didn't get the chance to do. Because I'm really curious, like, we started working, they said, well, we worked together. I said, well, we were working together too when we built Tulsa, and y'all burned that down. Maybe not y'all specifically, but people burned that down. We also built Black Wall Street. You know, we built so many different entities and energies in so many different towns that always got drowned, flooded out, burned down, shot up. People got hung by the noose there. So we were working together too. So I think it's crazy for y'all at this day and age to say that black people, A, don't work together, B, are lazy, because it's like, how are we lazy when we literally built the economy that y'all benefit from today? If it wasn't for black slaves, there would be no economy. And some of these slaves weren't even just Africans. Some of these slaves were actually Native Americans, because the Trail of Tears and slavery ending was the same year or around the same time period. So I asked him again, I said, so what do you think that y'all were doing that we didn't do? Because y'all currently hold all this wealth and authority to just come into a salon and pretty much pick a brain to dissect or pick apart. Like, I'm in this area in Kensington, and every time I go in there, my brain just be aching from every which way. They want to cut off the sunlight to us now. They want to tell us, oh, no more sunlight for y'all unless you do the dance on my ding-a-ling. He said, oh, it's more thick than you thought, huh? Like, trying to shove his spiritual cock in my vagina on a spiritual level. And I just looked at him like, why the fuck are you doing that? I don't even want to engage in this right now. Like, I'm coming here to cut your hair, not be your fucking dick ornament. Like, are you serious right now? Did you really just say it's thicker than you thought? I really had to sit there as a hairstylist and be like, oh no. Oh no. What in the butt breaking did you think you was about to be doing today, sir, without being red your fucking filth back to yourself? You thought you about to come in here and shove your dick in me and choke me from every which angle, bring your whole family in here, let them choke me out spiritually, make me suck your dick too? Cause y'all know shit goes on. Like, we all know what tantra is, and oh, that boy was a vibe. He was a vibe. So we know what vibing is, then we know what I'm talking about. If you grown and you know what vibing is, then you know what I'm talking about. So his authority that he thought he was about to come in there and do was to buck break me into submission. Like, basically, yeah, this dick so thick, you thought us little white boys didn't have what y'all black people have. And it's like, nobody even is focused on that right now. Like, I'm just trying to cut your hair and cut your hair. What is your fucking problem? Like, are you retarded? Like, you need to be in a mental asylum if you think that it's okay to run around town and stick your fucking dick in people and assert your authority over people. Because half of the time, your AI dick that you built in your brain is probably some shit that you built off some technology. It's probably not really your spirit. Like, if it really was you and me and your spirit in the bedroom, I'd eat your ass alive on some real shit. But he's not the man was nowhere near attractive. Like I said, it's one of the Jewish men that wear yarmulkes. He was very quirky looking, very. And I said, you know, what do you do? He's like, well, I read books. I said, you know, what's so funny? I read books too, and that's why I showed him how educated I was. I said, yeah, I'm very educated. I very much studied all these different historic, historic moments and things in America. So I'm really trying to figure out how you got the nerve to come to me right now and sit in my face and act like you got authority over me. But my ancestors have been through way more shit than yours, and we should be entitled to this shit. Cause hey, not even that, I'm also Native American. So really, this is my land. Probably so. Yo, you always mad about a guy. What are you talking about? We're talking about a Jewish man coming into a white establishment and telling the black girl that his dick was thick and, oh, you didn't think that my stuff was that thick. You didn't think that I could put that much pressure on you, huh? And I looked at him and I just had to read him for filth. Like, sir, I'm pretty sure your ancestors wouldn't appreciate the way that you treated me, especially if y'all had to make it through the Holocaust and we made it through slavery. I think you owe me a little bit of respect because you now, Jewish people, get to benefit off of the fact that we built this economy for free. But y'all are charging us an arm and a leg just to get gas and everything else. Then we had this man attempt to come in and tell me, oh, my feet, I just have some kind of nerve pain in my feet. I don't know what it is. A thing's called neuropathy. And I felt the pain in my feet when I was waiting for him in the car. And then my boss comes out, Sierra, your client's inside. He's waiting on you. I'm like, it sounds like you just told me who he was. And he just like pretty much tried to jump up inside of my skin. I'm not taking care of that crazy ass man. I have no sympathy for that man. That man tried to jump inside my spirit and do root work on me and attach himself to me. I feel it in my feet. I'm like, oh my God. What the fuck? I said, no, I don't think it's neuropathy. Honestly, some people, diabetes, yes, could be a problem. Some people basically trying to basically get me to either, how do I put this and not sound crazy? Like, basically, we know who your family is. We know what problems y'all deal with. And pretty much somebody's got to suffer and someone's got to pay the cost for you to make it to the next level. So who's it going to be? Who you sacrificing? We read your dossier. I'm like, and I just kept on reading them they filth. I'm like, oh, well, if you have neuropathy, don't you think you should go to an acupuncturist, a person who's licensed to handle that kind of problem? Because I don't think I can handle that problem for you. I don't think I should house that kind of problem in my aura, because we all understand, nerve pains and, how people can project their pain onto other people through nerve combining and things of that sort. So I think it will make very much good sense for you to figure out that for yourself. Figure out that aspect of what's wrong with you. Go to a acupuncturist or a chiropractor, because I can't really handle that. So I don't really have any advice for you. I can just tell you who I go to for my chiropractic. I can tell you who I go to for my acupuncture. That's all I can do for you. But I cannot help you with that. So yeah, I'm not going to hold space for that aspect. I'm just a hairstylist. All I meant to do is do hair. I don't know what you, yeah, no. He's like, oh, my stepdaughter passed away. And, I'm a stepdaughter. So I'm just looking at him like, you trying to read everybody in my family and then project something onto me that's going to make me feel like I'm weak enough to actually believe something about death. Like, I know I'm not dead. I know the reason that the sky is gray is because there's layers of consciousnesses above me trying to hold me down. I know how conscious mindset works. I know that being blackballed is being put into a position where you can't rise above the consciousness level because you're seen as unvaluable. You get blacklisted, you get pushed down spiritually. They don't want you to be able to say what you're saying on a bigger platform, because usually we'd have about 25 people in the room at a time, sometimes 100 people in the room at a time. You know, they don't want that because I'm not willing to do life how they're willing to do life. I'm not willing to work how they work. I don't want to have my private parts all over the internet for y'all to just be sitting here humping me from behind and left and right. If you can't mentally just sit down and have a conversation and listen to what somebody has to say, then you don't need to be in a room with them listening to what they have to say. Like, if it requires you to sit here and you got to be sexually serviced by that person just to listen to what they're saying, are you really listening to what they're saying? Do you really compassionately feel how I feel? Because the whole conversation started when the man said, oh, yeah, you didn't think it was that thick, did you? I looked at him like, well, with your hair on your head? Your hair on your head is not thick at all, sir. What are you talking about? And he kind of chuckled. I was like, oh, fuck no. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. So, with that being stated, I might not be in the in crowd of the popular crew today. And I might have to deal with gray skies because, oh, we want to put you in the non-popular bin today so that nobody hears what you say on social media. Because going viral literally means being accessible to everybody on the internet. I don't want everybody on the internet to be able to touch my body. I don't mind being a New York Times bestseller. I don't mind being viral because I've gone 1.5 million viral before. Even on here, I've had 11,000 views one morning, 11,000 people coming through my chat room. However, I don't want to be accessible to that many people. I don't think life requires you to be accessible to that many people, because there's people who live in small towns and have perfectly fine lives and they enjoy sunny days and Sundays and happy trips with their families, just alike. And I'm not judging you for what you find comforting, because we were all trained differently as children, nurtured differently. Some of us were breastfed, some of us weren't. I was one of those children that was not breastfed. So maybe my connection to my sensuality and my femininity might not be as strong as a woman who's been breastfed, because being breastfed activates the womb. Because when I breastfed my son, I could feel my womb contracting, because when you breastfeed, it lets your body know the baby's born and alive. So the womb starts to contract and starts to heal, because it's pushing everything out, because it realizes that the baby's no longer in the body. That's the activation of the nipple sensation is letting the body know that the baby's not in here. Close up. The body's such a smart thing, it knows what to do. So for me, I want to be around people who actually know how to treat other people, because see, your body knows what to do when it's been programmed, right. Naturally, before all the computers and everything, we would breastfeed our kids and our bodies would naturally contract. That happens naturally. But if over years we've been told that we have to submit to people because of their hierarchy, their job title, their amount of money that they make, and all these different things. And oh, if they read books, they're smarter than somebody who reads digital books on the internet. All these things have somehow confused our minds to now be programmed in a different aspect, where we now don't have the same respect for people who operate differently. So that means when a person who comes into a establishment, oh, he reads books and he's Jewish, I have to bow down and let him have access to whatever he wants in my body. Say who? Motherfucker, you a human. If I don't want your dingaling on me, I shouldn't have to let it in me. It's disgusting. Because you have a daughter and she has a womb. So I'm pretty sure she don't want everybody in her womb. Does she? No. You would want to kill, steal, murder, and destroy. You're right about that. That's powdered milk that was pushed to substitute breast milk. They wanted to disconnect the body from its natural functioning. Exactly. That's why they forcefully they took my son out of the room. They said he couldn't keep his body temperature up. I'm like, why you didn't let me put my son skin to skin? You're supposed to birth your baby and immediately put them skin to skin while the doctor does all the suction on your chest, so that you and the baby connect via heartbeat. That's what's supposed to naturally happen the first time. Like as soon as you have the baby, skin to skin contact. They straight up on your chest, and they do all the suction on your chest. Keep the umbilical cord connected to the placenta until it naturally comes out. You don't have to cut the umbilical cord just for the baby to be moved around the room. The baby's supposed to be placed directly on the mama's chest, on her body heat, so that they can regulate their body heat, because they were just born and just put through shock. They told me, oh, your baby can't keep his body heat up, so we're going to take him into a room. They had my baby overnight. In the middle of the night, brought him in the room. Are you ready to have him now? I'm sorry, we gave him Similac. Why the fuck would you give my baby some fucking Similac? I just told you I didn't want to put that shit in my son. We had to have him underneath a light. Why don't y'all have mobile lights in the hospital where you could just put that lamp in front of me, so I could see what the lamp looked like on top of him? You know what I'm saying? They didn't want they don't want to disconnect. They pushed it for mercantile reasons. Mercantile. Okay, tell me what mercantile is. The word sounds familiar. I just can't think of it right now. Tell me what mercantile is. Please refresh my memory, because I've heard it before, but I can't think of it right now. Point is, what I'm making is this. They've tried to take away the natural function of the body and then forcefully make us programmed to do something else. I even had the dude that I was talking to at the time talking about something. Yeah, I'm gonna program you to be mine. You're mine. And like the way he would try to, like, you need to listen to me. You need to listen to me. You need to do whatever I tell you to do. You need to do whatever I tell you to do. Don't get me wrong. Whenever I'm with that dude, it's sunny skies outside every single day. If I let him back into my world and in my life, it'll be so sunny outside. It'll be so nice outside. It'd be so peaceful. I might be a little hot sometimes, because his frequency is very, very high vibrational. But the things that he believe in don't align with my life. Meaning, you're not about to tell me you're gonna control me. Are you crazy? You're not about to be cursing at me. You're not about to be making me feel dumb for being smart. We gonna figure out how to work together, or we not gonna work with each other at all. For profit. Oh, okay. For profit, but more so it was to disconnect though. It was more so to disconnect the mothers, because honestly, people sell their breast milk to people who can't make breast milk. So breast milk is also mercantile as well. It was more so to disconnect the children from their mothers on a very spiritual level. Once you understand what that can do to a child and the mother's response, or rather relationship, not allowing the child to be breastfed, you get it. But yeah, it's just for me and what I've discovered. Just in that, okay, so let me finish about what happened yesterday. So after that guy left, right? After he left, um, another guy comes in and he's like, I guess he's special needs or something. It's something really legitly wrong with this man. Like, he almost breaks down and starts having a fucking panic attack because I cut his hair. He said too short. I said, you want me to clean up over your ears? He looked at it. He said, great. He said, yeah, this is good. That's good. I said, you want me to make the other side match? He said, yes, of course, make it match. I cut the hair in the back. He looked. He said, oh, okay, it's good. He leaves. You cut my hair too short. Now he was talking about his aura, because see, in a hair salon, when we cut hair, we don't only cut your hair on a physical level. They're also asking us to spiritually cut down your Kabbalah system. So if you have your Kabbalah stacked up to like a 25 or a 35, and the city's minimum is like a 20, and they feel like you don't deserve to be at a 20 and you all the way to 55, they want us to cut you down to like a 17. And kids are only allowed to have like a 2. You understand what I'm saying? They only allowed to have a 2, maybe a 3, depending on what the mom says. The mom says, keep her hair long because I need it to be long. So they're asking us to cut you down spiritually. And I don't, so, and then we donate your hair to other people who need your energy or your reach. It makes no sense, right? But that's the reality that I live in, where they're asking us to bring you down a few notches and then spread that energy amongst everyone else so that everyone feels like they're at the same level, so that nobody in the shop feels above or below, right? So the guy, after his hair was cut, he's like, you cut my hair too short. You just cut it too short. I told you not to do that. Now, here's the thing that I'm trying to bring up right now. The stylist next to me started bringing up stuff about people being homeless, and people who were homeless were dirty. Probably because she parked next to me and looked at my car a few times, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it's a lot of stuff in my car. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of stuff in my car. But it's all clean laundry. Like, I literally do my laundry, and I have my laundry bin right here. Then I have my bag that has all my underwear, my bras in it. And then I have my bag that I work with. And then I have my bag that I work with outside of work. And then I have the bag that has all my supplies to make my pills. That's it. And a pillow. So she claims that it's dirty because she might have seen this, right? But it's just my bras and underwears are all exposed because I didn't close the bag. But all of this stuff I literally just washed at the laundromat. Very much clean. Very much fresh. Fabric softener on 1,000. Okay? So I got offended because I'm like, hold on, I'm at work. You're not about to make me feel uncomfortable at work. Maybe this was backlash for me making that man feel uncomfortable while he got his hair cut. But he was trying to make me feel uncomfortable, you know? So I was just defending the grounds and making sure everybody in there knew that, like, hey, this dude trying to be funny, y'all. Watch him. But it seems like instead of supporting me, her co-worker, she rather suck the dick and bend over backwards for the man who works in the area, because, one, she's been working in that area for years. So she, a Hispanic woman, has become whitewashed. Nothing wrong with that, right? But I'm going to call it how I see it, because it's like, you want me to be a good coworker to you and make you feel comfortable, but when somebody coming in here going upside my head spiritually, talking about being racist and how certain people need to be purchased, or different people should be purchased and sat down because they say the wrong things about people who own them, I'm like, bitch, you don't own shit over here. So you don't own nothing. I work at the hair cuttery. I pay my own bill. If you own me, then shit, you pay my cell phone bill next week, motherfucker. Let me see you go into debt because I didn't pay for my cell phone bill. Since you own me, you don't own me. You're just projecting onto me again more fear. So for me, I'm looking at my coworker like, you want to be my coworker, but you over here now talking about some homeless people are just so dirty, and you know my situation. You know my situation. I'm gonna say it one more time. You know my situation. So Because again, like I said, the people in my job, they gossip like little schoolgirls. There's no way she don't know. Plus, she was like, "Oh, you're a famous person on YouTube. Oh, let me see it. Oh, I can Google you. Oh, you must be famous. I'll tell all my clients you're famous." But she being sarcastic. I'm like, just because I get 5,000 views on my YouTube every morning, don't mean that I'm quote unquote famous. I'm an influencer and I have a lot to say and people listen. Simple as that. It's not for you to be like, I'm not saying it to humble you. I'm just saying the reason I walk in here like this is because I actually talk to thousands of people a day. Like, I got a lot of people on me in a big energy bubble. So if you think I'm walking in here with my head being all big, awesome, I'm just being uncanny or something like that. I'm like, no, I've talked to 5,000 people today. They still lingering in my aura. It's not that I think I'm better than you. They still sitting with me. They chilling. We all chilling together. They watching how my day go. Oh my God, is that a cricket? I just found a cricket in my laundry bin. They say crickets are good luck. It just scared the crap out of me though. Oh my God, I gotta pee now. Jesus Christ. Whew. Gotta pee. That cricket just kind of scared me a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll be right back. I gotta get the cricket out. We don't even talk to that many people in a lifetime. I'm like, right. I had 11,000 people in a row at one time talking to me. Like, I'm not trying to be bougie about it, but I'm like, that's what happened. Like, that's what I experienced. So if that humbles you because you've never spoke to 11,000 people at one time in less than 3 hours, that's on you. That's not on me. Hold on, let me get this cricket out of my car. Okay, and stay out. So again, like I was saying, who said cap? You can go look on my YouTube channel. I mean, I don't gotta lie. It's literally sitting right there. My most viewed video got 11,800 and something views. And I spoke to them for like maybe 1 or 2 hours, if that. So again, I was just looking at the situation like that was really weird for me to even experience that, talking to her and her really trying to come in my neck like that. Cause I'm like, girl, I'm not trying to outshine you or anything like that. It's just, this is my life. This is what's happening right now. I'm excited. I'm proud of my accomplishment. And if you can't hear me say something like that and you're a grandmother, then what's wrong with you? Because if I'm a grandma, I'm gonna look at everybody in the world like my grandkids. Like, oh, imagine. Oh, I gotta pee really bad. Imagine my grandkid had an accomplishment like that. What would I want to? How would I want to react to that? But I guess everybody, like they say, everybody don't think like you. Everybody don't have the same spirit and the same heart as you. So for me, I'm just looking like, Shawty's just jealous, or she just feel like, damn, these people coming in here outshining me. But she's like, well, when you're in here with me, I talk louder than you. Like, girl, you just know how to climb up the ladder and try to overshadow people, which I guess is a skill in itself, sure, but if you just want to take the floor and always be the one to lead the room and you never give the chance for anybody else to lead the room, then you're not a good leader. And that's what I've always learned. A good leader knows how to allow other people to lead too, so that they can see what people's strengths and weaknesses are, so that they can help grow their community and the people that they work alongside. That's what a real leader does. So to see that person be so old, so aged, damn, I gotta pee bad. Hold on, y'all. Woo! A little breath work, a little twerk. Should stop the waterworks. Okay, there we go. I'm back under control. All right. But yeah, I couldn't make way of why she would talk about being homeless, right? So then to get on to the next topic, I come to the back because my boss happened to be there that day, or our store manager, or our regional man, or I guess the person who's running both of the shops. She runs 2 shops, so she's there in the back, and she says, "Oh," she's talking to me. I said, "I ain't gonna hold you. I want to move, one, because of how things usually go in here, but today was just really outrageous." She's like, "What happened today?" I'm like, "Well, your stylist is out there talking about homeless people, knowing my situation. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I just corrected her and told her, don't talk about me in front of my face. Because one thing I'm not finna do is come here and work for y'all and be uncomfortable while I'm working. It's cool, that we all here to work, but in order for me to work and put out energy and feel comfortable enough to want to work in harmony with y'all, I would need to be in a situation, or a, I don't know, environment that actually is conducive of me being a good person. Because if you want me to service clients for hair cuttery and have a hair cuttery standard and be a hair cuttery stylist and have a smile on my fucking face every day, then I would need to be treated as such. Meaning your little bitch ass employee you got right here that's talking all this shit need to get her motherfucking mouth together before she get clocked in it. And she looked at me like, well, her client did come back here and let me know that she felt some kind of way because you corrected her. I said, I didn't correct the client. I corrected the stylist. And I let them know my situation. I said, hey, you guys are talking about homeless people and y'all are saying all homeless people are dirty. Well, I'm homeless and I'm not dirty. So I would really prefer you to not say that, because I wash my clothes every week and I work every day that I come in here, and I do what I'm supposed to do. So I don't really understand what it is that you guys are expecting someone to do at that capacity. Like, what do you consider work? Is work being a fucking whore to the whole entire corporation and all the clients? Yeah, and it's nothing to be sorry about, because I got a voucher, so I'll be in a home in no time. I put in my work already. But I said, I don't understand what you guys are considering to work to be, because y'all keep saying they don't want to work, they don't want to work. But all I hear you doing is like spinning your head around at the top and pretty much fucking people's spirit up, making sure that when people leave the shop, that they don't feel good. Your clients always feel good, but everybody else's clients feel like shit. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what it is that you saying work is. Is to be a worker in America to be a mass murderer of all people's spirits, low key? Because that's what it's given. Because one time I had to help her ass out. She told me, oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I said, I know how to do what I need to do if it gets sticky up in this motherfucker. But I don't operate like that on a main scheme. Like, my main function is not to fuck up other people and beat people down to the pulp, because I know better. But then when I do that, she tried to say, yeah, she did that, and you can use her tools and you can buy her stuff. Like, oh, you want me to show off what I can do to these motherfucking white people just so they could come over here and try to be attached to me? I don't want to do that. I'm not a fucking show monkey. If y'all raise y'all children and y'all raising yourselves continuously to be show monkeys, y'all fucking stupid. Because if you know that you run the show like that and everybody's eyes is on you, why would you still continue to be the jackass of the story? You get what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, once Beyonce realized all eyes was on Beyonce, do you think the Beyonce was like, you know what? I'm gonna just sit here and dance like a fool. She said, let me make good music, get people to write my music, build a team, and let's go ahead and perform and make the most money possible. So let me get 500 people on the stage dancing with me while I say, come take my hand, I will let you go. I'll be your friend. I will love you so deeply. I'll be the one to kiss you at night. I will love you until the end of time. I'll be your baby. Promise not to let you go. Instead of just being like, people are homeless and they're dirty. Like, you never heard Beyonce say nothing like that. Beyonce might talk her shit and pop her shit, and she might like, you bitches could never, you bitches ain't on my level. I woke up like this. I woke up like this. She said, exactly. She said every homeless person is dirty. And I just looked at her like, and I just corrected her, said all homeless people not dirty. So don't make that judgment about all people, because I'm homeless and I work here and I ain't dirty at all. Like, my shirt is white. My hair is clean. Okay, my afro is clean. And this is a twist out that's probably a week and a half old. I need to go ahead and just re-wet my hair and retwist it out. But I like my afro big. So yeah, everybody that home, my nails are done. Like, everybody that's homeless is not dirty. Some people just went through hard times, or even their family literally cast them out like a fucking black sheep because they don't like the fact that they're headstrong. And it's weird to me, right? And I feel like this is, again, life's challenges put you to the test for you to finally rise into your true position. So this is another reason why I'm not mad at it, again. And I want to stress that I'm not mad, because a lot of people say, oh, you're just mad that she called you homeless in front of... No, because life's struggles will put you and show why you deserve to be in your position, right? So me being able to be homeless and still be one of the best stylists at the place, being that I'm standing upright in my posture, I have a way of being polite to people no matter what's going on in my life. Like, I don't come in there and be like, fuck you clients, fuck you stylists, fuck everybody, fuck the whole police. I just be like, you know what you did is wrong, right? Like, I just be setting the strength, like, I'm just like a mother. You know that's wrong, right? You shouldn't talk about people like that, right? You know that's wrong, right? That's wrong. Like, that's legitimately like wrong. You're not supposed to do that. Like in the Bible, it says, let he who was without sin cast the first stone. And I done smelt your ass coming up in here a few times. You smell like a fucking dead zombie when all the fucking filters and all the flowers and the perfume fade. Oh, it's so many flowers with me. Oh yeah, but it's not even your vibration you're using. You using my vibration to satisfy your clients. You trying to tap in with my coochie and see what my coochie can do, and you letting everybody touch it. But it's my shit. Like, she one of them women that when you come in, she touch the back of your vagina, like you feel a root go up the back of your coochie, and then it just start vibrating by itself. And she's using that for her clients to attract them. So you using my buzz like a bumblebee to attract your people, but then you trying to tell me that I don't have flowers, I don't have no color to me, I don't have nothing about me that's charismatic, or nothing to me that's valuable. I'm empty. You just projecting to me that I'm so sad and so sorry, and you get the people to just feel bad for me, which then gives them to give more energy. But it's like, bro, stop telling them that shit about me, because that ain't like you wouldn't need to jump up in my uterus if that was the case. Like the day that all the water went cold at the shop, they expected me to sit there with them while they fix it. It's like, yeah, you do it, you do it. You be the life and the fire of the shop. You be the one to put your body on standby for this shop, because we done did it for 30 years, so now it's your turn. No, you did it for 30 years. You're the house mom. You're welcoming me into the house that you've built, because you will probably be here in the next 5 years. I probably will not. So me contributing that deeply to this corporation doesn't make sense, because you are, in fact, the backbone of this establishment. I'm just a visitor. I'm just a little speck of dust in the corner that's just sitting here, accumulating more dust and more funds until I turn into a big tumbleweed and I could finally actually start having some motion and rolling my own ball. Because 9 times out of 10, the clients that I meet here, I'm not going to be able to do when I leave here, because I don't even typically do this kind of hair. I'm skilled at doing all textures of hair, but I don't, this is not, if it was my choice, I wouldn't be doing this. Simple as that. I don't prefer straight hair. I just know how to do it. So what I'm getting at is this. My boss eventually told me that I was in the wrong for saying that entitled, no wonder you're homeless. No, I'm homeless because my mom just doesn't like, again, like I said, life circumstances push you to your position. I'm not entitled. What I am is a woman who understands my value. If I see that I'm not valued at a corporation to the point where they at least make sure that I'm safe and that my space is protected, because look at this. If you at work and you homeless and your coworker sitting right next to you, so just keep saying homeless people dirty, that's gonna make you feel some kind of way, even if you're not dirty, because it's like, hey bro, chill on us. Like, everybody not dirty. I'm not dirty, bro. Relax. That's not entitled. That's me wanting a conducive workspace so I could work alongside you and help you out. But now I see you trying to be funny. So, because you saw that I came in with a big aura today, and now you mad, so you trying to chop my aura down on purpose. That's not being entitled. No, that's simple math. I'm not going to do what the boss is supposed to be doing. I'm not going to do what the space holder who's in control of 2 salons, meaning 2 salons in her space. So when you think about that physically, as a woman that runs 2 salons, you run one salon on one side and one salon on the other side. That's her whole body. And each employee is at a different level or different chakra level on each side. She has 15 employees that she oversees. So if she's overseeing 15 employees and I'm one of those employees and I'm brand new, I don't need to be trying to climb the ladder of her approval of her spine to get to be her top gunner. Because I'm not going to be there long enough to even get to that position anyway. So I'm not striving to do more. So if I'm getting paid $17.65 an hour, I'm not striving to get 25 clients a week just to get an extra $500 on my check every week, possibly if I could possibly get commission. I'm going to allow the people who need it, who definitely will be here, keep their commission high, and I'm just going to get the hourly pay because that's all I need for my bills right now anyways. I'm not being weak. I'm actually being strong because I could just go in there and just like take all their clients and be like, nah, 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 come here, yeah. Nah, send them to me, send them to me. I take the next walk-in. Y'all don't need no walk-ins. Y'all already got your clients. Y'all, come on. Come on. Come on. Bring. I'm not lazy. I just understand that these women are going to be there for the rest of their lives. They don't have no motivation to change where they work at. They've been working there for 20 years, 30 years. They're not going to be motivated to go somewhere else. Me, I'm motivated to move and start my own business. Again, I ran my own hair salon business for 5 years by myself. Never been the lazy girl. I'm just realizing that I'm not going to strive to work in an environment that I'm not even appreciated in. I'm not going to be the best possible person just to be shitted on. No, I'm talking about I'm going to make 1765 and do the towels and the sweeping and the cleaning, and they they can continue to do all the walk-ins and stuff because they want to keep their commission up. If they don't do a certain amount of people hair every week, their money can get cut. If they don't keep a certain number, a certain level of people coming, their numbers can get dropped. My family asked me to move out of my apartment and move back home with them, and then they proceeded to try to attack me and tear me down spiritually every single day by cursing me out and calling me a weird bitch and kicking me out the house and leaving me homeless in my car. They saw that I was doing well and they tore me down. So before you call somebody lazy, learn the whole entire story and understand what's going on. Pay attention in class. So now that I'm humble enough to have gone through that and fought through that and still go get a job and still work my ass off and still show up in America as a tax paying citizen, a person who's never owed on taxes, a person who's never owed any kind of debt, a person who works hard and is a good mother because I still make sure I feed my son every single night. Even though he lives with my mother, I still make sure I show up for my son to take him out on outings to Sky Zone and things with his friends. I still do my part. So having an apartment running a non-certified hair salon as a hair salon is not the same thing. Yes, it is because I was certified, licensed, and everything. What are you talking about? You can run a whole entire business from your home, and you actually can, on your taxes, write part of that off on your taxes, since you know so much. You actually get to claim 30% of your 30% of your apartment. Actually, no, you get to claim whatever the square footage of your apartment that the salon is in. You claim that on your taxes. Then on top of that, 30% of all of your utilities get written off as well. So, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about because the things that I had to do as far as balancing my book and doing write-offs and stuff and paying my own taxes out of my own money, the things that I had to do for my own salon for 5 years, which my business is still active to this day, definitely was way more work than what I'm doing right now. So know who you talking to. Matter of fact, let me just put you in timeout because you just saying a bunch of stuff. You missing the whole point. The point is these people, they want to try to like, what's up, man? They want to try to bully, and it's just like it's not giving what it needs that gave. Like y'all want to bully somebody so bad, but it's like look at what you're doing every single day to get your point across versus how I'm treating you. Because I could have been like, I want to be that top stylist. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to steal all their clients. And I'm going to say, fuck what they got going on. I'm about to go in there and slay shit. And on top of that, they're going to be mad because I'm going to be making sure I do hair fast. I'm going to go in there and steal every single bit of word, every single bit of money. They ain't never going to be able to do it. I'm going to steal their clients too. Shit, fuck that. I'm not even just going to take the walk-ins. I'm going to take their clients too. I could have really been that kind of stylist. But I said, nah, y'all already got your little motion in here. Just let me get paid hourly because it's enough for me to pay my cell phone bill, my gas, and everything else that I got going on in my life. Y'all do y'all thing. I'm gonna just help y'all with towels and, keeping the phones answered and mopping the floor and paying attention and, kind of watching over y'all backs, making sure nobody coming in here to attack us off some, house mom shit, but not off no big time shit. Like, just making sure everybody cooling. They took that as like, oh, she trying to just run us. Like, no, it just, you need that money more than I do. So I'm not going to step on your toes. So, like, I'm not that kind of person. Y'all the kind of people, as soon as y'all feel like I'm starting to get popular and people starting to like me, y'all, well, she's homeless and dirty, so don't like her. She's homeless and dirty. Yeah, she's dirty. Yeah, you hear her talking all that smart stuff, but she's dirty because she's homeless. Like, you're a hating ass bitch. So whoever was just in the chat talking all that shit, I've been doing hair for 14 years. But whoever was just talking all that shit, you don't even know what the fuck they were just mad because the people were starting to like me. They was like, oh shit. She's starting to get liked by the people, and they're starting to see she's smart and intelligent, and they have no reason to bully her. They're going to start trying to eat us up again. They're going to realize why they shouldn't be eating her up and why they should be looking at us like we the bad guys. Because I pretty much claimed, I said, hold on, sir. If you're Jewish, then you understand what black people have gone through. So I don't even understand why you got the nerve to even try to humble somebody right now who's doing the same thing that your grandmother was doing that allowed your ass the ability to even be here and talk shit to me right now anyway. And it really put him in check. It made them stop trying to come for my head, which she didn't like because she likes the fact that people in that neighborhood try to put me in check because it makes it easier for her to work around me and not feel humbled. She don't like the fact that she's getting old and her tree is starting to shrink, right? Because she got grandchildren above her that's putting her in her place. She got to kind of bow out humbly, but she's still working. She shouldn't be working no more. She's supposed to be retiring and just watching her grandkids, but she want to be in this environment and she want to be cutthroat and shit. But it's like, once you finally realize, like, hold on, baby, hold on, she right though, you ain't got to act like that in here. You actually the one that's making it hostile in here. It's not her, it's you. So when her fucking mask started falling off, that's why she started acting like that. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about being a lazy stylist at work. I'm not talking about being catered to at work. I'm talking about when people's masks fall off and people start to really see who people actually are when they start to pay attention. Like, hold on, you right, these people do got me coming in here acting rude to you because my ancestors did go through that too. So I shouldn't be doing that to you. I should be congratulating you for the fact that you are doing what you're doing. Actually, you're right. And when his mind will start changing like that, it put her in a position to look like, yeah, bitch, so you need to stop trying to tell people what they can and can't do to people. Like, she was basically like, yeah, you could go ahead. And she's basically like one of the old people, like, yeah, OG, like, yeah, go ahead. Like, yeah, you could lean on her. Yeah, fuck her up. You could take some off of her. She weak. I'll hold you down while you do it. I'll hold her down while you do it. Type shit. Like, I'll numb her while you do whatever you need to do to her. Like, that's the kind of shit that they running in there. And then when he finally realized, like, hold on, this is what my ancestors had to make it through just for me to even be here. He felt bad and felt like he should clean up the way he was acting. So what I'm getting at is when we, the people, start to speak our mind and start to stand on business about what the fuck is really right and what the fuck is really wrong, regardless of who the person is. Because this man, like I said, was a top tier Jewish person. He said to me, yeah, it's a black girl in this story that I'm reading, and she just keeps saying nasty things about the people who own Facebook, not realizing they could take away everything that she has today. I said, I wonder why that black girl saying what she had to say. Is she saying what's the truth, or is she just talking shit? Like, what is she saying? I want to read this book because, being a person myself who speaks out against, wrongdoings and matters of the world, I'm interested to see what this girl has to say. Because there's no possible way that you could make me think that a girl who speaks out and speaks the truth in a country where we literally have a constitutional right that says we can speak freely, have freedom of speech, that anybody speaking freely about the truth should be harmed or put in a position to not be well because they're doing their job and they're also, exercising their constitutional rights. And then he had to look at me like, damn, this bitch smart. And she made a point though. So it made the lady who was trying to put me on the chopping block for everybody to like chop up and eat up so that she could be safe because she's old. As we know, when it comes to how groceries go out in a store, the old stuff goes out first, then the stuff with the fresher expiration date or the further away expiration date goes in the back. She keeps on trying to put people like me in the front to protect her. Like, she has more time on her hands. Don't take me, take her, is what I'm saying. That's not me being lazy. That's me realizing what the fuck is going on and not being manipulated. Because the old bread goes out first, and sometimes people don't buy it and it get thrown the fuck out. But the fresher bread goes in the back. Because we need these assets to stay with the company longer. We need these things to stay with the corporation longer. So we're going to preserve these things because they have more time left to invest. We actually want to get y'all out of here so that y'all can hurry up and get y'all pension and y'all retirement and get the fuck out of here. We trying to get y'all up out of here. But they keep on trying to access energy and be tied into my nervous system so that they don't have to be responsible for what they're doing. So actually, they're the lazy ones because they don't want to do the work. They want us to sit there and do what they need to be doing as the OGs and getting ready to step to the left, step to the right, up out of here. True people don't like a mirror being held up on their true selves. Exactly is what I'm saying. So what I'm getting at is, I'm not trying to be lazy at work. I'm the sensible person who's trying to be a reasonable person, but people still be trying to shit on you. And I'm telling you, in America, what I need y'all to start doing is speaking up. If you got a job and you start seeing some shit like that going on, nigga, say something. Stop letting people play with y'all, bruh. Stop letting people play on your head. Stop letting people play on your spirit, play with y'all children, play with y'all, period. Because it's their time to go. They're trying to preserve themselves by sitting on your back and your neck, but then try to make you look crazy. Stop letting people do that shit to y'all. That's why I'm homeless, because I stopped letting my mom or anybody do shit like that to me. I'm like, what are you talking about, bitch? You the old one. You supposed to be on top of me getting shut. What do you mean? If I'm sitting here going to court fighting for what's right for black people in my neighborhood, y'all supposed to be like, that's my baby. Yeah, I know that's right. Yeah. Let them motherfucking government people know that we ain't came to play. My ancestors were the first black people that became like people in the judiciary system. So for me, I'm looking like, our family history says that we supposed to be innovators. People in my family was pushing down doors. Okay, we bought houses during redlining that we still own to this day. We were also Native Americans, part of my family. So I'm looking like, family, y'all fucking whitewashing yourselves, because why y'all not like, yeah, we fighting for the freedom that we deserve. Yeah, elbow, fuck that talk. Like, y'all supposed to be behind my back standing on business for me. Y'all sitting here like, oh, come on, you gotta go be a doctor or a nurse, so just shut the fuck up. If you don't just shut the fuck up, we're gonna bury you underneath the family tree. Like, oh, wait a minute. Wait, why would you do that to me? I'm not understanding. I'm actually accomplishing shit. Like, I had my own business for 5 years. Nobody has their own business. Your daughter has never ran her own business for herself. You tried to do it, and even as an older person with more money invested, it didn't work out as it should have. I mean, you still have a few clients, you know, but it didn't work out how it was supposed to. So it's like, why when you see me do it, you not sitting here like putting your fucking hands in a goddamn round of applause? Baby, make that cash flow. Keep on getting richer every fucking day. Round of applause. Baby, make your cash flow. Why y'all not being like that for me? So I'm trying to tell y'all, well, the reason why I come on here and just even expressing the fact that I want y'all to subscribe to the channel so that I can monetize this is because I don't come on here talking no bullshit. I don't get on here like, yeah, y'all, what the fuck we doing? We smoking. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you already know we in the car. Let's turn the fuck up. Like, I don't have y'all watching me do shit like that. I'm a black woman who's really trying to push the fucking needle so that we could get our foot in the door and be on business. Stand on business and then have a backbone and facts to back it up. Right, we don't move how we used to move back in the civil rights era. We move sloppy and shit today. And then be mad when they sit here and disrespect us. But like, look at what the fuck we putting out here. We got Hispanic people trying to chop us down at work because they want to get in good with the white people. We got our children who are strong as fuck and got resilient spirits, and we sit here and break their spirits worse than they butt break us. Like, damn, you broke your kid down before they even got the chance to be successful. Why the fuck would you do that to your child? When I realized my son was a smart kid, I pushed him to the limit. I said, you know what, baby? Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, put them in their place. You know what? Don't let nobody play with you. You smart enough to do that. Shit. I'm supporting that. I'm not supporting no damn menace to society. But he ain't doing nothing that their kids ain't doing. You get what I'm saying? He ain't doing nothing that they ain't doing. He ain't doing nothing to them little boys. When they children come into the hair salon, they be letting their children do that shit to me. They be letting their children run amok and use that occult knowledge on me. So if your child can do it, then why can't my child do it to protect me while I'm at work? You get what I'm saying? If your child could come in here and get their hair done and be like, oh, I want an extra green or extra red, and then clarify what chakra they want to tap into and be able to sample while they're there, or what they're good at, so that they can feel comfortable and everybody can help push the fucking day along. If they're able to clarify what they want to do and then get the ability to do it like they're an adult while they're in the salon and show off, why when my son come through and show what he good at, y'all be like, oh no, she have a bad son. He just is so bad. He just is so bad. No, he's like, hold on, that's my mother over there. First off, my mother came in here with this amount of money today, with this amount of hair. I need some of that shit when she come home. So y'all gonna back up off of us, and you bitch, you show them who you are. What the fuck? My son don't play. My son not slow. My son not no fucking leech. My son not no fucking slur. Okay, my son is like, nah, that's my mom's stuff. You're not about to be using my mom's stuff to help you get money. That's not fair, because you're not helping her get no money. If she put you in a position, you're not gonna help her. You're hurting my mom to make yourself look good. And he's a kid and he can see that. Sorry, y'all, I got pee real bad. But I had to finish organizing that stuff. Whew. All right. Whew. Whew. Hold on. Got pee real bad. Whew. Gotta find a bathroom. Okay. Whew. I gotta sit on something. Hold on. Whew. All right. Well, let's go find a bathroom, y'all. It's 8 o'clock. I think Chick-fil-A's open. What he say? The other problem, push yourself to the limit. Alex, she does work. Huh? You go pee. You about to explode. I know. Oh, let me adjust my mirror right quick. Do y'all let me over so I can go to the bathroom? Hold on, y'all. Thank you, white car. And see, my thing is, it's not about Rick. Come on, man. You see me trying to get over. Go ahead, babe. I'm trying to get over before the fucking turn comes. Oh my god. Okay. It's always a blue car. Anyway. Let me go ahead and read these comments real quick while I go ahead and get to this bathroom. Alex is a bot, because Alex don't even listen enough to even get the message. So again, like I said, long story short, I have a job. I work at least 30 hours a week. I told them I work 40 hours, but they only offered me 40 hours at another location, which I told her I'm willing to transfer to next week. Right? So then on top of that, I said I pretty much yesterday walked out me to the other location. Y'all got me worked up, and it's best that I leave, because you're not gonna have me sit next to or work next to somebody that you haven't pulled her back here and told her about herself, but you're trying to tell me about myself like I need to humble myself to her. I'm not humbling myself to her because she's moving out of line. What she's doing, God not gonna come down here and see both of us and be like, you know what, that's right, I like the fact that you call her a dirty homeless person while she's at work. I want my people to follow what she's doing. God would look at me and be like, damn, she's making a point. She's also telling the Jewish man, stop coming in here and treating everybody like shit. She's really trying to set the precedent for the whole entire establishment that everyone in here deserves respect. That's what I'm talking about. So if you, as my employer, my boss, my overseer, are not making sure that I'm safe spiritually, mentally, emotionally, in an environment that you're asking me to work in, that you're putting me in because I asked to go to the other location, you told me it's not available, you said try here first. If this is what you are providing to me to work in, then I'm going to have to leave right now, because it's not conducive to me. I already let them know. Also, I'm herpes positive. I can't be overstressed because it's going to cause me to have outbreaks. That's why herpes is actually considered a disability. So I'm going to go ahead and go reapply for my disability check through SSI, because I'm not going to be in a work environment that's stressful with an old ass 50 something 60 something year old woman talking about I'm dirty and homeless, and then she's being protected because she's old, but the bitch is the one starting the problems. She the one running her mouth starting problems, and y'all sitting here protecting her. But it wasn't just me. She did this to another stylist, and that's not her real hair, that's extensions. And the stylist was like, you don't have to tell them that it's extensions. You can just let her think it's my hair. Dang, why? She's like, oh, her client, the older lady's client, was like, oh, your hair's so pretty, because she was starting to like her energy. She's like, your energy is way better than this energy that she got me in. But the girl be eating people energy up, but she don't want nobody to know that she's an energy vampire. What she really does is come through there and eat up people's energy. That's how she survives, by working. She thinks that working means that you got to eat people's energy alive to stay alive. So you sucking people's energy into your solar plexus, you sucking people's energy into your heart. You basically collecting hearts so that if yours stops, you got a spare one to run to. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. You're spiritually robbing people of their beauty to keep your life moving. Your expiration date has already passed. You're the loaf of bread in the front that keeps on somehow getting back on the shelf that has an expiration date and has a little bit of mold on it. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, because technically, if we're all in the same space, we're all going through the same thing. But I'm not sitting here trying to put nobody's shopping block head on my on. Oh yeah, take her instead of me. I'm looking like, damn, why the fuck? I know Shawty ain't just do it like that. Like, that's crazy. Oh, excuse me, I wasn't even trying to. I was trying to park. Excuse me, I'm trying to park. You just so stay right there. Hold on, let me park. Boy, what are you doing? I'm trying to park. I'm trying to back into a parking spot. Damn. Y'all be riding ass too close over here. Thank you. I'll be right back. All right, that's crazy. Cause I just went inside the Chick-fil-A and had somebody hit me with the I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'll clock in your motherfucking head. A black person. But then after that mention, the devil, the devil. You see how it be your own people that don't realize your own occult knowledge should be like, yeah, I can respect that Shawty trying to walk around with her head up. I can respect that Shorty want to go ahead and make something for herself, make an impact on people. Tell the white people how fucked up they are so that we can get back what the fuck we deserve. Our land, our resources, our bodies. They see an energy, they assume it's devilish. They assume it's wrong. Sometimes you gotta work with certain people. They might not look like you, they might not smell like you, and they might not vibe like you. But they got the right and the ability to put you in a position to be heard. And they support you, even though they've already done the fucked up thing. Because this is what I'm saying. When it comes to that lady in that salon space, right? And me, when I find a space that I get comfortable in, the OGs set the tone. I already made my sacrifices, so you know what? I'm gonna put you in a position to be able to get up out of here clear, so that you ain't gotta sacrifice like I did, cause I ain't going nowhere. I'm comfortable where I'm at. I ain't really got too much else to fight to prove. You know, I'm pretty much good right here. The fucking gas prices is going down for God's sake. Hello. I'm good right here. I want you, little OG, to stand on top of my shoulders and get what you need to get. I'm gonna let you go up there, and I'm gonna go ahead and even protect you while you up there. Even though I know what I did was wrong, I made my decisions, and I got to live with my attachments and my corporations and things that I'm attached to already. But you, little OG, you got something in you that's gonna get you somewhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and support you from behind the scenes and protect you, so that you can use your voice to have people hear and respect what you got to say. You get the difference between that and just being like, I knock your motherfucking head out. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Yeah, fucking little ass devil. I'm like, right. A lot of the OGs saying keep your head down and don't make a wave. But for once, when it's time for or finally some OGs finally decide to be a help, because we starting to get like the ones at the salon, the lady at the salon, her as an OG, definitely was on some. Keep your head down, don't look, close your eyes, and let me do all the murdering and slicing up in here so that we can make it through the day and have some food to eat. I'm looking like, how about we just make these people respect us so we don't have to do that? Like, like tell them if they don't come in here acting like they got some sense, then they don't need to be up in here. Because we don't operate like that. Like, all humans don't do, like, love is the answer. We wouldn't even need to act like this towards each other. We just genuinely, like, loved each other. Like, oh my gosh, you're beautiful. I love your hair. I love the charisma you bring to the shop. It's just a beautiful blessing to be able to work next to somebody who's so cultured. It's a blessing to work next to somebody who's so young, but yet so experienced and so wise. Like, if we could learn to give each other compliments instead of looking for reasons to, like, tear each other down, it will make everybody's environment so much easier to exist in. But again, like I said, they don't get it. They don't want to get it. And then me being in between all of these different situations, it's like one person will say my baby daddy's the devil because he's in jail, he's in prison, he done rob people for full. But most of the companies that I'm talking about, like I said, they robbing people blind. They keeping people hired that rob people for a living. So it's like when they do it, it's okay. But if we do it, because the only crime that black people commit more than any other race is robbery and burglary. All other crimes are mostly committed by white people. Rape, murder, homicide, that's murder, but you know what I'm saying? Grand theft auto. The only crime that we commit more than them is, in fact, burglary and robbery. That's a fact. That's a known fact. So for me, I look at that and I look at the prisons. I'm like, hold on. The prisons mostly got black people in them though. So you're telling me the only no, y'all it's like 25 other crimes to be committed, which are mostly committed by white people. So why are the white people not in jail but the black people are? If the only crime we commit more than anybody is burglary and robbery. Well, then I found out about the 18 USC 1581 that says it's illegal to incarcerate black people or incarcerate anybody Every other race and all the lawyers know about that law. They always got us in a position financially where we got to get the freaking pro bono lawyer or the freaking, state attorney, public defender who don't use those laws, because if they use those laws, then they don't make money because they need to keep people coming through there in order for them to keep getting paid. So those are the ones that really sold their souls to the system. Those lawyers sold their souls to the system. The other lawyers, they fight to break the system down. Their job is to help bring justice and break shit down. But the public defenders, they ain't on shit, because if they don't have people keep coming through the court system, they ain't got, oh, sorry, you should have took the plea, man. You took the plea. Oh, now you got 16 years. I'm sorry. I wish I could have helped more. You could have. You could have just told me about 18 USC 1581, and I could have just not had to go to prison at all. Why don't you leave the US? Because when I had the chance to, my silly ass tried to date somebody, and I lost $7,000 of freedom. But that's why I'm here to make it back again. Because I had the chance to. I did, but I messed that up for myself. What are you beeping at me for when you clearly see I'm trying to get over? Why you got a dent in the back of your car now, bozo? It's not going to work like that, because light and darkness exists. We'll never be able to agree on everything. We got to choose how we navigate. Of course, and I know this is one thing that I do also understand as a human being, that there must be people who do that dark shit for me to even be valid in my point to be light. Like, there's got to be a devil in the room for there to be an angel. Because if it was all angels, then what would the conversation be about? If it was all devils, then what would the conversation be about? It's got to be a light. It's got to be a dark. It's got to be checks and balances. It's got to be shared equilibrium. It's got to be people who just don't see the problem. It's got to be people who see the problem. Because then there's no point in playing hide and go seek if somebody's not hiding. If everybody's out in the but open naked, it's like, well, everybody naked. So what's the point of lusting after you if I already know what you look like naked? And that's all I wanted to know, really. What's the point of having sex with you if I already know how your vibe is? And that's why the world is turning to the way it is, because it's like everybody already know how to vibe with each other without even having sex with each other. So it's like, really, the whole entire point of it all really just be like, what is the point of anything? That's why I asked the Jewish man. I said, so here's an idea. Why don't y'all just make everything free since y'all run everything, and just see what would happen? Like, do a project where we all go back to the barter system just for 1 month, because every other country gets it but us. And there's people who have way higher ranking currencies than us. The Kuwaiti dinar is 3 times the US dollar. So we're not the greatest, we're not the richest, we're not the best country at all by any means based on that. And that's because of the way that we treat our people. See, in Kuwait and over there in Iraq, their women are well kept in the house. They're able to be feminine. They're able to not go outside because they get someone else to do it. They'll pay a maid to go outside and go grocery shopping. So the maid has to deal with all that social interaction outside in the world. Whereas the wife is just sitting at home with the kids all day, just being protected in her house, being nourished around all other wives. So the men get nourished when they go home. They feel refreshed. And the women are always horny when they get home because they miss their husbands, because all they doing is hanging around a bunch of females all day. So when their husband come with that masculine energy, it feel good to embrace it because you've been around vaginas all day and babies all day. And the nanny or the nurse or the wife or whoever, the maid, she puts the babies to sleep, and you gonna fuck your husband like a goddamn billy goat or whatever, like a wild one, because you was waiting on him all day. You got the time, you built up, you have all that energy in you because you're not drained at work. So that's why their money is more valuable than us. It's really energetic and spiritual when you really break it down. Their money is more valuable because their energy is more valuable, because the way that they treat their people over there is more valuable because they're more rested. The energy, that's why we want a vacation. That's why it's so hard for us to vacation there. That's why the border doesn't really let us in. That's why their money is 3 times more than ours, because it's like, we got peace over here that y'all don't have. So we really don't want y'all over here. So we're going to make everything 3 times more expensive for y'all to even enter into our space. We don't even want to deal with that kind of poverty mindset that you have. Our women are well taken care of, well nurtured, well curated. The children all speak 2 languages. And now that I'm looking at it, that's probably how Kensington feels about people like me. My wife stays at home. I work my ass off. My kids go to public school. I mean, don't go to public school. They go to whatever school. They learn so and so and so. They learn the 2 different languages. So if you got problems with a baby daddy in jail, we don't want to hear it. Oh shit. Now what do we do about that? Hmm. But I said to the guy, I said, even if you check me right there and got a checkmate, right? Still see this. We say we America are the land of the free and the home of the brave. To be free and brave, right? So why haven't we been to the point where we really make everything free? Like literally just find a place for everybody to stay at. All the homeless people that we have, which is not many, and all the empty properties that we have, which is a lot actually. Put every single individual in a property, in a home, in a makeshift home, in a mobile home, whatever you need to do. Put everybody in a home and give everybody the ability to grow at least one tree, or rather 2 to 3 trees of fruit. Do a project. I swear, start it this year. A project where every single person has a home and they all grow 3 fruit trees and 3 vegetables. Watch how the whole entire economy, we don't even need money, and we literally become land of the free, home of the brave, because we're the only ones brave enough to do it. Make sure all the engines run on water. We don't need gasoline. We don't need to outsource petroleum from all these other countries. If y'all want to beat them at their own game, it's not blowing them up, it's play their own game with them. They're letting us know that they don't need us, so they're taking their resources back, right? They're letting us United States people know that they don't need us. They're saying we have our own resources, we don't need y'all. So US, you got people that make engines that run on water. Stop murdering them and use their technology. Put all these engines in the cars. Boom. Now America literally becomes land of the free, home of the brave. Brave enough to do some shit like that. And see how much more happy every single individual becomes. See how the energy in the whole entire atmosphere just lightens up. And next thing you know, all of a sudden it's sunny outside and everything feels good. Women are home breastfeeding their kids all day, horny, waiting for their husbands to come home and suck them and fuck them so that they feel refined and refreshed. So then now you don't even want to work a job because you don't really need to work that job anymore. I mean, if you want to, you could contribute, just because you're bored of being in your wife face all day. You know what, honey, I'm about to go, with the guys and we're going to go, because if you don't need to pay for gas, you don't need to pay for housing, you don't need to pay any utility bills. Your wife pretty much makes the milk for the whole entire house because we're the only animals or the only mammals that drink milk from other sources. So if your wife is breastfeeding or pregnant or with child and she can breastfeed, pump her titties and that's the milk that you're supposed to use for the whole entire house. You're not supposed to be using no damn cow milk. That's why we be needing lactate and lactose and all of that stuff because we're not supposed to be drinking no cow's milk. You don't see no goats going to get no milk off no daggone cow. You don't see no sheep going to get no milk from a freaking, you get what I'm saying? Like, no, the animals don't get milk from other animals. So your wife is making all the milk you need. Groceries are just being manufactured because we have the resources to do it. Food come from the ground anyway, so really shouldn't even be no cereal, none of that stuff. You could just oats, you grow that in the yard and dry them out. Now you got oatmeal. You don't even need to go to the grocery store. Everything you need you could put in the ground and grow in your backyard. That's your job. You don't gotta go file paperwork for some corporation or no crazy shit like that for somebody to go make $1 million. You just get to put some oats in the ground, dry them out, and then you sitting at home with your family all day. Y'all want to go on a vacation? Cool. Then you could go pick up a job to go do something or find a way to go make some money. But most of the countries, I mean, shit, make the flights free. We got all the resources anyways. We don't even need to have people pay for the goddamn airplanes. There's jets that run on water. The guy in Africa is making an engine for jets that run on water. So now you don't need to charge nobody for an airfare flight. So now we free, we peaceful, we go into these other countries and we get to really appreciate their culture and not feel like, oh my God, can we just pay you and give you money for you to feel better? Like that sense of feeling entitled now leaves because now we understand them from another perspective of like, I get why y'all don't fight each other for money. I get why y'all cool with just running around here with turbans and lapas on and just a piece of fabric and walking around with no drawers, no bra on, and all this other button-up suits and all this collar shit is bullshit. I get why you're so down to earth because it feels so much better to be down to earth. And it's gonna be hard to get a lot of people to see like this, but it's a lot of people that think like this, and this is why people are moving out of the U.S. It's a lot of people moving to places like Bali, moving to places like Greece, moving to places like people even paying people. They paying people $6,000 to move to Japan. They paying you to go live somewhere else. The U.S. will soon be depopulated because people are starting to realize this whole entire thing that we doing every day, being in traffic every morning, is bullshit. This is bullshit. The fact that we really be out here trying to like punch a nigga in the top of his head just to prove that we more powerful or stronger or spiritually bigger than him, it's dumb. The real point of enlightenment comes when you realize, yeah, why do we do all this? And there's sunlight over here on this side of the world. But people, and there's cool sunlight over here on this side of the world. See, them people, I could go the other way and go back to competitive America and, fight my way to the top of the corporate ladder. But over there, the sun be hot. People be getting sunburned because it's unnatural. You go this way, the natural way, the sun gonna come out the right way. It's all spiritual. The sun is an energetic presence of multiple consciousnesses meeting each other at the same space. But the thing is, right now there's a split where people are starting to realize that this stuff is bullshit, and they starting to finally think the other way. Like, hold on, we might have been doing this wrong because all the other countries seem to think like this, and we the only ones that voted and said that food wasn't a right, a foundational, fundamental right for every human being. We the only ones that said that. Us in Iran. And I looked at the man, I said, yeah, Iran and the US were the only people that thought like this. And if you, as a Jewish person, are supporting Israel and y'all up against Iran, why would your country vote with the people who you say you don't like who are up against Israel? He really was stuck when I brought that to him. I'm like, yeah, the Iran and US were the only people who voted against food being a foundational right for its communities, its people, its population. But y'all are supposed to be with Israel as Jewish people. And they voted to have food as a foundational right. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of game y'all really playing when y'all voting with y'all's enemy. I probably will have to move country. I mean, I got my passport sitting right here looking right at me. Like, when you gonna use me? I just got to get my son's passport. But the thing is, my son's father's in prison, and trying to get a passport for your kid while the other parent is in prison. Like, I showed them proof that he's in jail. They got proof. They know he's in. I sent even like the piece of paper that he sent me to prove that he needs to get visitation rights. Like the paper that they told him to send me from FC, what I think it was, whatever the prison's penitentiary name was, Hazelton something. All that paperwork from that corporation showing that he filled it out, sent it to me, trying to get visitation. They said that's not good enough proof that he's in prison. I said, oh wow, you know what? I had a dream that I was gonna be on a beach in Liberia learning yoga lessons. So I'm really not pressing the issue. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying while I'm here though. Look, ooh, as soon as I start talking about them, it start raining again. Or a dark cloud. Jesus. So that's my forehead. The point that I'm making here is things could be so much freer in America. You see how my thought process alone just changed the whole entire environment? And then I'd be looking at people like, why y'all don't respect people like me when we really be trying to just help? Y'all see the other way to life, to light, to live. Y'all really be hell-bent on just being y'all's way and then be stuck in that energy and then be mad at us for trying to go against y'all's grain. But like, did y'all see how the sun was starting to shine? But then as soon as I start talking about that, prison, now it's raining, it's dark, it's rainy again. You get what's going on here? It's really some ones that's really in control of the environment. Just by the things that they say. Their emotions control the world around us. I can't even read what you said. Because every session with me is a therapy session. That's the whole point of what I do. My point that I'm just making here is this. If we're more mindful about how our words of truth affect the population, and how we can say things that can either tear people down or build them up. And we intentionally go around trying to build people up, even when we see other people trying to tear them down. Like, if you're really, okay, I'll give you this. If you're really a good spirited person, you gonna want to be the person to speak on everybody being okay, like good in the environment. Like, for instance, I had spoke on the lady next to me to another lady. I said, yes, so some because Griselda's a really good leader. She's really good. She's very good at being an overseer. And the lady, she heard her name. She said, "What'd you say about Griselda? Huh? What'd you say?" And the girl that I was talking to was like, she said, "Good stuff, girl. Wow, relax. Like, what the heck?" And that's why I look like y'all literally be looking for a problem. Like, y'all want to have a problem with me so bad, but it's like, I don't have no beef with y'all. I actually see y'all strengths and y'all weaknesses. And I wish that y'all could see y'all strengths and weaknesses, and embody them, building them up instead of like using them to tear other people just to make. Of course, that's wishful thinking. America was not built in a day. No one was and I share my light with y'all. I share my love. I share everything with y'all because it's like, for me, I don't see the value in tearing people down. I don't see the value in like being a bully in the room. I see the value in just speaking the facts. Now, fact may be I am a homeless person. Fact might be I might be, working minimum wage. Fact might be that I'm a single mother who doesn't live with her kid. Those are all facts. But that doesn't take away from the fact that a lot of this stuff was programmed into us without our decisions being considered. Meaning, when you make it hard for a black man to succeed because you teach him completely juxtaposed to how his mind actually functions. Meaning, if you know that boy is good with his hands, why you keep trying to force him to have a job where he got to use his brain? If you see that that's somebody's weak point, why you keep trying to make that their strong point or try to make them work in that position? If you see that somebody is really strong at this position, why you not trying to allow them to be in that position? I know I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. I didn't call black men stupid. I said black men, some of them are better at using their hands. It's called your learning connection inventory test, actually. So there's a thing called a technical reasoner, which is a person who's very good with using their hands. They like to tear things apart and put them back together. So people who like build cars and stuff like that, hairstylists, gardeners, people who use their hands, landscapers. And then there are people who are sequential learners, where if you show them an example, like if I show you a division problem, and then I show you how to do it, then you can copy it easily. Or if I show you how to do a book report and I show you the structure that I want it to be done in, you can do it easily. You can regurgitate it quickly. There's a precision learner, where that's a person where they will read a thing and they'll read the subtitles, they'll read the captions on the pictures, they'll go to the glossary and define all the words in the back of the glossary. They're also going to go ahead and get other books to help them sub-reference what they've just learned. Then there's a confluential learner that sees the bigger picture, so like like a director, where they see the picture like the whole entire movie, but they need other people to help them put the pieces together. So they need a precision learner around them. They need those other learners around them to help them bring their vision to life, is what I said. So when I understand that those are 4 different learning types, some people do not learn the same as others. Not everyone is strong or use first with all those learning. I use all those learning capabilities and ways and methods used first. When I took the test, it says I use them at first. Like, I learned all 4 ways the first time. Whereas there's some people who only learn one way but only use 2 of them as needed, and then they stray away from that other one. They don't like to read the captions. They don't want to do that extra stuff. They don't like that. But me, the way I learn, I do all 4 of them at the same time. Everyone's not like me, and I'm not like everyone. So to try to teach every single student exactly the same is what's wrong with America. That's what I'm saying. To try to treat every single individual person like they're all the same is the problem, because everyone don't even drive the same car on the road. This dude over here got a pickup truck. This one got a small pickup truck. That one got an even smaller pickup truck. That one got a green car with bubbles on the side. That one got a gray Volkswagen CRV. Like, you know what I'm saying? This person got a white Acura. Everybody's car is different on the road, so why do we even treat everybody's brain like they're the same? Or try to make someone feel inadequate because their brain can't do what we can do. That's what I'm saying. I'm not calling nobody lazy. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. I'm saying appreciate people for what the fuck they are and what they do. That's not being lazy. Y'all keep trying to say people are lazy. It's just you don't know what that person's good at. They might be a confluential learner. They're meant to sit back and just tell everybody what to do because they're like the person in the damn band, the orchestrator. You're not telling the person at the front of the orchestra, the composer, that he's lazy just because he's going like dun 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 dun. I could do that. I could do that. But you're not telling him he's lazy. Meanwhile, a person who had to study music for 15 years to even be considered for this orchestra is like, I think that's a lot more work than just going. But the person who's composing is the face of the whole entire band. So you can't say someone's lazy because you don't know what they're good at. Because maybe that composer understands how to connect to each person so that he can push that energy into them while they're, because he knows how to pull the energy from the crowd through his back and then push it into the people so that they can be the best at what they're doing. He actually is composing the energy in the room. He's actually conducting the energy flow by pulling it into his back and then pushing it to each person in the band, each sector, pushing it to the wind, pushing it to the strings, pushing it to percussion. He's actually very important, but someone who doesn't understand what that person is good at would see his job as lazy because you aren't aware of what that person's able to do because you can't do it because your brain doesn't operate like that. So you have to truly understand what you're saying and what you're looking at before you judge something. See, everything that I said yesterday wasn't to say that I fucking hate Jewish people and they all need to die. What I was saying was, Jewish people, why the fuck can't you see black people as your equal? If y'all made it through the Holocaust and we made it through slavery, why are we not on the same team? I don't get it. What's the problem? What's the issue? Where's the disconnect? Where you can keep coming into our neighborhoods and calling them ghetto and trying to infiltrate them and make us like robots versus appreciating us for what we naturally come with, which is pizzazz and flavor. Because when y'all want to wear pink cornrows to the red carpet, Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashians, when y'all want to get y'all asses injected with fucking silicone and collagen and shit and get hips, multiple celebrities, when y'all want to get y'all lips injected so y'all could look like us, it's cool. But when it comes to us being us, it's like, oh, no, no, black girl, sit down. You are just a book that I can purchase. Oh, no, black boy, you are just an entertainer that's supposed to sit here and dance like a fucking monkey and play basketball to entertain me. Oh, no, Indian boy, you're just meant to be a nerd in a lab and just put together cells and splice them. Oh, no, Asian boy, you're only meant to do mathematics and teach us how to hack the stock market. Oh no, white boy with blonde hair and blue eyes, you're meant to be a Gap model. You're not meant to actually be an entrepreneur or a CEO. You're meant to just look pretty and have people watch you on TV. It's the people who are higher up putting people in positions that they have no business being in, and then they wonder why we all looking so confused about, I don't know why I don't want to wake up and go to work. I don't know why I'm drained. It's not lazy. No, I spoke to a Jewish man yesterday and I checked him. If you were here from the beginning of the conversation to right now, you'd understand that. Like, I spoke to him while I was at work and I asked him, I said, if your grandmother did all that during the Holocaust and my grandmother did all that during redlining, what makes us different? And he couldn't really spot anything. He had nothing to say. He was silenced. He tried to come out, I'm a book reader and I read books about people who just say mean things about the people who own the platforms that they exist on. I'm like, first off, freedom of speech is something that's in the Constitution. Second off, the black girl on Facebook saying what she's saying, is she saying the truth or is she saying something that's just, a lie? Because if she's speaking the truth, then I'm going to support it because, hey, baby girl, tell that truth. Let these people know the truth, because that's the whole point of it all, is to tell the truth. We didn't come down here to start lying on each other. We came down here to tell the truth. That's the whole point of the Constitution, was to protect our right to tell the truth. When your kids get in trouble, what do you tell them? Baby, tell me the truth. Mommy can only save you and help you if you tell me the truth. So to try to blacklist or blackball somebody for telling the truth is crazy, because maybe she has mean things to say about the people who own that platform, because they really are mean people, because to try to silence certain people and only uplift other voices, knowing that we need the truth, we need this revolution, because we're all stressed, we're all tired. Just because these people run things behind the scenes doesn't mean that they're not stressed and tired too. You think that these people who are the faces of these companies and corporations don't also get tired? That's why they're trying to purchase a nanny, and then they paying a nanny as much as they pay in mortgage and rent. So everybody's going through being tired. So it's like the real problem solver is simply getting everybody on the same frequency and realizing, oh, we all got the same goal. So what's the point of trying to shoot you in your foot if you're trying to get to the same place as me? If I see you growing past me, I'm clapping for you, because then your light would naturally pour on me, because you would see that I'm supporting you, so then you wouldn't feel opposed to me. But when I see your trees growing tall and I try to chop it down, and it's going to make you be like, get the fuck away from my tree, now I don't want to give you no fruit. It's going to make you be like, I don't want you touching me, because like, why are you trying to tear me down? Oh my God. Especially when it's something that's not true. See, what the girl was saying about the people on Facebook, this book that he claimed he's buying, probably said things that were in fact true. This book, right? He probably was talking about me. He's like, I bought you. I'm like, you didn't buy me. I want you to get that through your thick ass skull, that you would never be able to buy me. Okay? Because to buy a person would mean that they were actually a slave, or they were up for sale, and no one's for sale. No one in this world is for sale. You, Jewish man, are not even for sale. There's no number on anybody's life. There's no price on a life. And that's what we need to remember and remind ourselves of. There's no price for someone's life. There's no price you can pay for a human being. Once a person is murdered, there's no amount of money that can bring them back. Once a woman is raped, there's no amount of money that can bring back her self-worth. That's something she's going to have to rebuild from scratch, and she's still always going to have that scar. Once you're pregnant, you'll always have stretch marks. You can make them fade a little bit, but you'll always have stretch. Oh, is it 2 lanes or is it 3? Oh shit, sorry. So my duty in this world is to really get people to remind themselves of that. Excuse me. There's no price for anyone. I don't even think I have a duty to my family. I think really when you realize that your duty is to yourself. A person who takes care of themselves can take care of other people. The way you take care of me is by taking care of yourself. If you take care of yourself, that helps take care of me, because I don't have to worry about you. You know what I'm saying? If you take care of you, I don't have to worry about you. If you worry about you, I don't have to worry about you. If you aspire to fulfill your needs and aspire to fulfill your soul's journey, I don't have to worry about you. You understand? That's what I'm saying. Like, so for me, right? Because what you don't realize about the world is you exist in somebody else's world, especially as a woman. Like, you get strapped to somebody's chest like a newborn baby, whether you want to believe it or not, because you have to exist in someone else's mind. Someone has to be the narrator, director, and coercer of your life, whether you believe it or not. So I started thinking, I'm like, hold on. I feel like I got this seatbelt on. I feel like it's something strapped around my neck. So I started to have to, like, let me cut this back. Let me see about this. And it seems like I'm still strapped to my ex-boyfriend's chest. Like, as soon as I started cutting me out of that, I'm like, hold on. I'm still attached to the front of this boy's neck. Jesus Christ. I start cutting it off. I start feeling the chains release off my neck. I said, oh my God, I feel so much better now. I feel free again. I feel my legs heating up. The way that the spiritual world really works, when you can truly see it, it's a funny place to exist in, especially when you're conscious of it. I just want to add that before I close out, because I'm about to be at work soon, we got to realize that everybody's not on the same level of consciousness as us, right? And some people are not meant to reach that level of consciousness because they're not going to know what to do with it when they realize that they're just a bubble or just a fucking spectacle, a spot, a digital cell, or like just a pixel in the bigger picture. Now, some pixels have a little bit of more of an electrical current than others, right? And some people are like the players of the game. When you wake up, you become the player in the game. So you like Ready Player One. Player One. If we need to get a new job, working at a new location somewhere else, what do we need to do? We need to tell our boss that we're not happy here. So what did I do yesterday? Told my boss I wasn't happy there. If I want to get into a healthy relationship, what do I need to do? Let the person that I'm in a relationship know that, hey, if you can't do A, B, and C, X, Y, Z, we can't do this anymore. Do not call me at 2 o'clock in the morning asking me to drive to your house and fuck you. I'm not doing that. I'm too grown for that. Especially when your mama literally just told me don't come back to her house. I'm not doing that. Respectfully. Once you get your life in order in that capacity, we might be able to get something going again. Until then, it's time for you to focus on you and build yourself up. Because I remember when I first met Boy, I'm like, Boy didn't even have learner's permit. Boy didn't even have certain stuff. I'm like, Boy, what's going on? Boy didn't have bank account. Boy didn't have card to receive money. I'm like, Boy, what's going on? Like, boy. You're an intelligent boy. Why are you missing these things? Also, finally had to humble myself and realize God took certain things out of my life because He wanted me to find the missing pieces to my puzzle. He wanted me to be with somebody. But He also wants me to have a partner that will be weak enough to submit to me as well. And the partner that I keep attracting or keep looking on, he's not ready to do that. He refuses to do that aspect of the relationship, which is the part where men also submit to the woman, because you cannot just domineer and control over your woman. You have to be willing to also meet her where she's at, but then also push forward. You have to be that person that can meet someone where they're at. You cannot, and I repeat, cannot think that you're going to have a woman that you can control. Ridiculous. No, like you said, no man's meant to control you. God, be the person to be behind you, behind your head at all times, looking over top of your shoulders always, yes. But control you, command you, baby, you better go ahead and take that energy elsewhere, because I ain't even got it in me to even put up with that. No, it's spiritual, because psychologically, no one's going to tell you that you can leave your body and go to another person's house and see what they're doing. That's not psychological. It might be neurological, but if I could leave my body and see that my son is asleep with his mouth open on the bed diagonally right now, that's not psychological. That's spiritual. The ability to be able to see into the future is not psychological. That's spiritual. That's vibrational. Not everybody's given the gift of prophecy to see things in the future and to be able to tell people what's going to happen and then try to guide them into the better way so that the bad thing doesn't happen. Sometimes we have to allow people to let their shit blow up just to remind them, I tried to tell y'all 5 years ago that this is where it was going to go if y'all kept doing this. And look at, did I lie? Look at us right now. Did I lie? Okay, now, time to get that shit together. Y'all don't get it together, we going to be fucked. As a whole, that's not psychological, that's spiritual. To be able to take your hands and radiate a certain amount of heat and energy out of your hands that can heal somebody else's body, because the amount of energy that's coming out your hands can push whatever fucking energy this person thinks they're trying to project onto you out of them. Like this man in front of me with this blue, he keep on trying to like, your energy's not coming in my force field right now because I'm not welcoming that bullshit. I'm not putting that, no, I don't want that. That's spiritual. That's a go, baby. You already see y'all trying to get over, just get over. And to be able to say that out of my mouth and they actually move as soon as I say it, the energy, that's spiritual, that's spirit, energy. You could say energetic, but it's always going to be given spiritual for me. Because not everybody can do what everybody can do. Some people spiritually just got to be a bitch because they know that if they not a bitch, it can cost them their life. They become matriarchs of the family, very cutthroat women. People don't like them. Communication is energetic and spiritual as well. To be able to hear somebody else's thoughts in their brain and hear somebody say, yeah, when you mentally ask a question to the room and one person responds like, yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. That's spiritual. Telepathic, telekinesis. It's all spiritual. To get your body to that level, to break through the physicality of your body and get to the energetic flow of your body. My album that just came out is actually on Instagram. I mean, it's on YouTube. Y'all can go listen to it right now. My favorite song on there is called Call on Me. But you can go listen to my breathwork album so you can get your breathwork together. It's funny because I was given an option to not come to work today. Yeah, but body language, if somebody's in a whole nother car, you can't explain that. Telekinesis and telepathic communication is something you can't explain. That's electrical frequency and currency and being attuned to the same frequency as somebody else. It's like how two cell phones connect. Technology was built to resemble us and our body. Okay, white man, I need to get into this grocery store, this shopping center over here, so I could go to work. So please get the fuck out of my way, because you was just really irritating my spirit. All that damn dick energy. Move. I'm trying to go to work. The fuck? Elbows all out the car, trying to be over dominant for no reason. Like, dude. People be so confused when the answers be so simple. They just don't like you. They will never like you. That's what everybody keeps saying, right? I didn't ask to be liked. I just asked that what I say be acknowledged. I don't expect anybody to like me. I expect people to hear what I say and for their thoughts to be provoked and challenged, sometimes even changed, because they begin to realize that everything that I just had to tell them was something that they forgot to think about. That's all. Like, damn. Black people and Jewish people did go through the same thing. Well, black people went through it worse because they actually built the economy that we stand on today. Wow. They're pretty strong people. That's why they're always studying us and putting labs and shit. That's why. That's why they always got people like the NIA trying to come to our jobs and figure out who the fuck we are and what the fuck we're capable of. That's why. What do y'all know that we don't know? A lot. That's why we're still here even when y'all try to kill us. Demasculating us, cut off our testicles, force our children to be y'all's fucking lap monkeys, put our children's buttholes on the black market. Even with all that adversity that we gotta go through, just letting y'all just run through us like a fucking river. We still got abilities to stand up and be like, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. You ain't gonna talk to me like you fucking dumb. Or like I'm dumb. Cause ain't nobody dumb. You dumb for trying to challenge me. You dumb for trying to challenge the people that built the whole entire embassy that you work on today. Like what? You're dumb for trying to bring people down that only want to see everybody eat and be happy. Why would you want to be that person in the room? Why would you want to be the one person that's trying to tear down somebody else's construction? Why would you want to be that kid that comes in and says, when you kick down somebody else's tower that they built out of bricks and blocks? Oh, so those the kind of kids y'all are. Y'all see somebody with a bunch of bricks and blocks that built something up, and the first thing you think to do is just and kick it over. Oh, you was that kid in elementary school. You ain't grown up since, I see. That's what grinds my gears. People like that. They'll see a box that's built really tall, and the first thing they do is try to knock it over. That's what I can't stand. And then they'll see people who they've brought down purposefully, starting to excel past them, and the first thing they do is let me tear that down. No, I think people just think so lowly of each other that they think everything is so sexual. Like, in order for me to be able to properly function, or for you to properly function, you feel like you need to be able to touch my private parts. And I'm looking at you like, if you don't get the hell away from my vajayjay, I don't want you to touch it. I don't want anybody to touch it right now, actually. I need you as a man. Why are you even looking down that low? Don't you have a wife and a girlfriend? Why are you just naturally magnetically trying to pull yourself onto my vagina? The communication is knowing that, hey, this human being is saying that this is not okay, so I'm gonna just leave it alone and just go on about my business. Just like if a feral cat is outside and starts hissing at you, unless it is literally in actual danger, I wouldn't feel the need to excuse me. I wouldn't feel the need to keep trying to force the cat to come into my house. Especially if it's not hurting nobody. If it likes to be outside, it likes to be outside. But anyways, that's all I got for y'all today. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's evenings. Hope that y'all have a good day. Hope that y'all understand that sometimes people don't want your help because they're going through their dark night of the soul, and you pulling them out of their shit before they're ready to get out of their shit is going to actually slow down their growth. It's actually going to stop them from being able to learn their lessons. So stop trying to pull people out of everything and just pay attention to yourself. Simple as that. Okay, that's all I have for y'all today. I'm out of here. And remember, here on this channel, you are heard, seen, and loved. Remember to have peace, love, and hair grease and everything in between, because these are tools in your body help you manifest your dreams. Don't let nobody take advantage of you. Peace.